What's up, everyone, and welcome to another Bitcoin market update. In these videos, you will learn how to use technical analysis to forecast price movements in your favorite cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and others, and also see where we are looking to buy and sell these crypto assets ourselves. So let's get into it here with Bitcoin on the monthly time frame. If we're looking at the monthly time frame, you can see we have a pretty bearish candlestick here, opening up here at about 57,775 and currently operating at about 38,245. So clearly a marked difference from what we've been seeing over the past several months. This is very typical of the crypto markets when you have a parabolic rise like this for the other side to look pretty bearish. And so this is not surprising given the price action that we saw, the overbought RSI, which we talked about up here on this monthly candle before we broke to the downside, as well as the increasing bear volume. So this is kind of exactly what we were expecting to see, and this is, completely healthy for a bull run. Now, if we look at the weekly time frame, we can see that our support level right now, which is this light blue zone, the price is currently operating above this level. So this is the level that people are watching. You can tell based on the price going significantly into this level, but now operating right above it. So you can see it's reacting to this level, meaning that this is a valid level that price is trying to, the bulls are trying to defend. We are seeing the decreasing strength here. If we look at the RSI, you can see it's just this gradual downtrend here. And if we look at the bear volume, this is like increasing bear volume, not what you want to see if you're a bull. You can see that we're already pretty much equal to last week's in terms of bear volume. Last week's we had 34.435. This week we're at 34.429. So we're already pretty much roughly there. So this week we're going to end up surpassing last week's in terms of volume. So we're going to have increasing bear volume, which is most likely going to make us close below this 47K level. We'll see what ends up happening. We have 2 days and 10 hours left, but if we do close below this low, that will signify that the bear trend is valid. And so this is a confirmed bear trend if we get a close below this low, because we'll have a high, low, lower high, and then lower low pattern. So that'll make this white candle, if we go up, a very strong resistance zone for price. So we'll see what ends up happening over the next 2 days. If you're a cloud trader, you're bidding on the weekly Kijun here, which is at about 35.5. Obviously that level has already gotten hit, so you're not looking to bid on that now. You need to see the price start to go up from here if that level is to hold, and if this was indeed just a breakdown or a mean reversion to the red Kijun level here before further upside. So we'll see what ends up happening, but if we confirm a weekly downtrend, that is going to lead to further downside, in my opinion. So let's look at the daily time frame here. If we look at the daily time frame, we can see that we have this pretty steep decline over the past several days. 2 days ago, we had this longer lower wick here. Yesterday, we had an inside bar candle. And then today, we have another inside bar candle where we haven't broken the high or the low of the previous daily candle. And so in this case, when we're looking at reading price action, we're saying, all right, on this daily candle, we're increasing our chances that we're going to see a high, or I'm sorry, this is going to make this a low. So if we came up right here, just to illustrate this, when this candle prints, this white candle, meaning this daily candle closes, we're then looking in today's candle for us to break the high of this previous daily candle, because this is different than what we've been seeing the last 6 days. We're seeing a bullish candle where if we look at the volume, we can see we have above average bull volume here. But today's candle is pretty much invalidating that at this point, because we did not break the high. And something else to note is, we might end up closing this with bear volume. And if that's the case, we might end up seeing, this daily candle, this white candle, be invalidated, with us continuing to go down a bit more. We'll see what we end up getting, but the lower term timeframes will give us more in terms of information. If we're looking at support and resistance levels, the first resistance level is this gray zone right here, which is up here at about 47K. This is on the daily time frames. That's our first level, and that's this 3-day zone from back here. Now this, if you're reading price action, you're looking for something like this, where you're seeing the trend emerge and you're seeing the last down candle here before this push up where people were selling their Bitcoin. Now you can see that if we draw a rectangle around that, when the price comes back into the level, it holds it as support, and we go up for new all-time highs, come back down into it again, support again, but then once we go into the third time, we push through it, and now we've closed 2 3-day candles below it. So now it is resistance. So if we come back into this, this is a strong resistance level for price that I will look to go short on with my stop loss above if we end up getting that push back up to about 47K. So that level begins at 47,091 on this exchange. So if I was going to go short, I would be putting my short entry at the bottom of this level and my stop loss above this level here. And so now if we're looking at the support level, what are we currently operating on in terms of support? We see that we have this little candle from back here. So this little candle from back here is our support level. You can see that we had our low, high, higher low, higher high pattern. That's a bull trend. This is the main support level. You can see that we closed a candle below it, then we closed a candle above it. Now we're potentially, going to close back inside of it. If we close 2 candles below the zone, and we do not, sorry, I'm just going to turn this off real quick because it keeps vibrating. If we get 2 candle closes below this level without coming up and bouncing off of it to form a high, this is going to turn into a resistance level. So that's something to keep in mind. Right now, the price action is not really looking good in terms of trading conditions. I tried to make a couple trades over the past several days, but the price action has just been pretty choppy. If we go to lower term time frames, we can see kind of what I'm talking about. If we look at the 4-hour, this is just messy price action here. So we had a low, high, higher low, and then we had a higher high, but we only had 1 candle close above the high and not 2. The next candle closed back below it. So when we come down, we form a higher low. We come up, we form a lower high, higher low. Then we come up, form a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I'm sorry, higher high, lower low. So there's no trend established right here. So this is not what you want to see if you are trying to trade, because there's really no trend established here. If we look at the Ichimoku cloud, it's still in bearish position. So, no surprise that we're getting a drawdown here. If we go out to like the 12-hour time frame, it's obviously much more clean. You can see we came up, we formed a lower high. Now we're coming down to form a potentially higher low above this one right here, it's very likely that we will end up forming a higher low, because we'd have to draw down pretty significantly to break this low on the first test. So we'll see. It's not impossible for that to happen, though, given that the 12-hour Ichimoku cloud is in the most bearish position it can be in. So we'll see what we end up getting here in the coming days. The 12-hour resistance level right here, this white candle where we continued our bear trend, is the main the closest resistance level overhead. That starts at 43.2 roughly and goes up to about 45.8. And so that's what we're currently looking at right now. And we will see what we end up getting. If we're a bull here, we really need to see a trend change on something like the 12-hour time frame, where we're seeing a higher low and then higher high, because then we could start to increase our probability in our heads that, okay, our daily low has been set here, and now we can start to look to enter into bullish positions if on the higher time frames like the daily and weekly we start to change that trend as well. But for right now, it's pretty much short entries are the way to go here. That's been the profitable trade, as you can see. And the kind of the shitty thing about the way that this price action has went on the way down is it hasn't really provided many entries based on support and resistance, because every time that we come down, we come up into basically nothing and then we dump. We come up, basically nothing, dump, up, we don't even hit this resistance, dump, up, don't hit the resistance, down. So every time I have orders on this resistance, don't get in. Orders on this resistance, don't get in. And so that can happen sometimes when the trend is really strong, and you can see a lot of people are exiting their positions right here with the increase in bear volume that we're seeing here. So that's currently what we're looking at on Bitcoin right now. If you like this video, give it a like down below and subscribe for future educational content around cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And if you haven't already, check out our beginner technical analysis course that we have released on Leutheria.com. It is brand new. You can learn all of the different fundamental elements that you need to get started generating consistent profit, trading cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and others. And we are currently running a 20% off discount where you can get that 20% off. We're only going to run that until May 20th, but we might extend that through the end of the month just to give our early supporters a good opportunity to get that at a discount. And I hope you check it out. I hope you find it valuable. I know the other students that we've had take it so far have loved it, and they're already interacting on our Telegram channel and talking about the different setups and opportunities that they're looking at. So check it out, and if you haven't already, subscribe for future educational content on cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And until tomorrow, onward and upward.